At the peak of the Mayan culture, rival kings fought constant wars, not for territory, but for captives from other Mayan cities. Once captured, Mayan victims would face torture, beatings, fingernails pulled out, blood drawn, all to honor the gods.
Some of the higher level nobles that were captured would be taken as prisoner, beat up, tortured, but then inevitably they would end up as the other player in this ritual reenactment.
In the sacred bull game, the victim's sacrifice symbolizes the triumph of the Maya over death itself. But there's a mystery about just how the victim died. Experts believe it was by beheading, but Mayan artwork never depicts the act. Instead, they show the victim's head replaced with snakes. Can modern medical science explain the reason for this ritual depiction? Forensic tests may give us the answer. Dr. Scott Nelson is a surgical pathologist. He's a master at investigating trauma to the human body. His subject, a medical model made of ballistics gel.
What's interesting are these images of snakes spouting out of the neck of the victim. Some people believe these are religious images. I think, in fact, that they are medical illustrations of what happens when a victim is beheaded. We have constructed this medical model. It has a pump the same size and power as a human heart. It's pushing a blue-colored synthetic material to simulate blood in a loop of blood vessels through his head. Now, let's consider the state of the victim. He's an athlete. He's been playing a Mayan ball game. The average blood pressure for an athlete is probably around 100/60. As he's playing this vigorous Mayan ball game, likely it's up around 180. Knowing that he's about to be killed, there's no doubt his blood pressure would be sky high, probably above 200.
Our model heart pump is set to match the victim's blood pressure. But would the blood pressure be high enough to send blood arcing into the sky, like the giant snakes of the Mayan carvings? We're about to find out.
Let me remove my lab coat. Now, the Mayan images depict a large, heavy, flint-edged sword that they used in their beheadings. We have today a very large, heavy, medieval type of longsword that approximates the weight and heft of the Mayan weapon.
Whoa! Whoa!
That was impressive. I'm sure you could see that, just like depicted in the Mayan wood carvings, the blood spurted up 2 or 3 feet above the neck. I think this proves that the image we saw of snakes coming out of the neck are not a religious image, but in fact a direct medical illustration of what happens at beheading. Very impressive, but of course, a horrible, tragic end for the victim.